Here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good evening and welcome everyone to the April 16th meeting of the Ashland City Council. To our audience, thank you for joining us. Members of council, Mayor Miller, Attorney Bush, Mr. Paxton, welcome all. First item on the agenda this evening will be the approval of the minutes from the April 2nd meeting. If there are no additions, deletions, or corrections to those minutes, I'll ask for a motion to approve as submitted.
Move to approve.
Second?
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Aye.
Minutes will stand approved. First ordinance this evening will be an ordinance authorizing the issuing of then and now certificate for the following attached expenditures for the city of Ashland, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Good evening.
Evening, Larry.
The ordinance before you this evening is for a annual support for the meter readers software city uses to read the meters manually. It's always not so nice when your own department fails to write a purchase order, but I guess that means that we're human too, and we make mistakes like everyone else. But it was a expense that actually we incurred at the very end of 2023. Didn't come to my desk till about a week ago, just in time for us to get it on the agenda this evening, so.
Any discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. Motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Ordinance 21-24.
Next, we have an ordinance authorizing the Director of Finance to amend appropriations for the calendar year 2024 and declare an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full. Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
The ordinance you have before you this evening appropriates two things. First of all, in the fair housing line items in 231, that is additional grant monies that the city has received from previous applications. We're appropriating that so that then can be used for other projects that are already in process or going to be in process later this year. The other is through the 250 fund is the court systems appropriation or probation fund, excuse me. And they use that to monitor people who are put on probation through the court system. That also is additional funding that they have received so that we can appropriate that so they can use it for their operating expenses.
Certainly. Any discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. I again will move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Ordinance 22-24.
Then we have an ordinance authorizing and directing the Director of Finance to make the following transfers within the 2024 appropriations and declare an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
In reviewing the appropriations for the different operating departments within the citywide appropriations, we have discovered that there are some possible voids that we would like to take into consideration earlier in the year rather than later, in an effort to allocate some of these funds to meet those other expense lines that need to be appropriated, additional appropriations to. Some of it, there's some wage lines, which are most of these here, and looking at down the road, it's better for us to fix them now rather than in December, when there's lack of resources or we're trying to worry about finishing the year. If we do it now, why, it helps us to better manage those lines throughout the year by doing that. So these are transferring appropriations from which you have appropriated previously into 2024 appropriations and moving those to other lines in an effort to meet the needs as we see them today or in the future.
Larry, can you tell me what the last line on the 580017, what that is? Detract? What exactly that is?
That's a very good question. That is the county uses that for their detract expenditures for the delinquent the delinquent property taxes that they collect or try to collect. That's a expense that the county auditor charges us in trying to recoup those property tax revenues. So it's an ongoing expense. It's an auditor expense, county auditor expense that is charged to the city when we get our property tax payments, which we did just most recently.
All right, thank you.
And I think it has an extra R in there, doesn't it? Because I think it's
Yeah.
Oh.
It has
Not
an R in
detract.
it.
I know, I'm like,
Not
oh.
supposed to be.
DTAC, so it must have been autocorrect
Yeah.
or something.
Thank you, Mayor.
No
I
problem.
appreciate that. You are correct.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Ordinance 23-24.
Next, we have an ordinance revising the boundary of the revitalization district within the city of Ashland, Ohio.
Move for non-reading in full. Second.
Thank you.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
So this goes back to 2017, before all of us were in these roles. In 2017, the city established a revitalization district that basically included all of downtown, up Claremont Avenue to Ashland University. The city was very intentional at the time on what they included because they were looking for any establishment that one day might seek a liquor license. During that time, Ashland University asked to be included, and, well, they were included. Unfortunately, only their even-numbered addresses on College Avenue were included. And if you don't know, Ashland University's address is 401 College Avenue, not even.
Oops.
So when they opened the Lyceum at the library, they applied for a license to sell alcohol at the Lyceum. However, they were turned down because they're not in the revitalization district. Well, that's when we discovered that it's only the even-numbered addresses at the university. So in other words, the north side of College Avenue, not the south side of College Avenue. So with that in mind, we contacted the state liquor department and asked what we could do to remedy it. And they said we just needed to resubmit our original application with the addition of those addresses. So on the back page there, you will see it says College Avenue, Claremont Avenue to Grant Street, odd and even addresses. So
All right.
basically, it is to incorporate the Lyceum. I don't believe, in fact, I asked, the university does not have intentions to seek a liquor license for any other entity on campus, but for that restaurant and Convocation Center, the Convocation Center.
And that's open to the public.
And they already
so-
have it for that.
Yeah.
And so this will just allow them to serve it at the Lyceum now. So,
Sure.
Very good.
All right, with that, is there any discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
And again, I'll move to suspend the rules for three separate readings, three separate dates.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Ordinance 24-24.
Then we have an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor, director of public service, to enter into a consent agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation to perform pavement repairs to Interstate Route 71 within the city of Ashland, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full. Second.
Thank you.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
you've seen similar legislation at your last two council meetings. Once it was for State Route 96, some repairs that ODOT was doing out on the edge of our city, outside of the corporation limits. And then you also saw one that referenced US 42 and the bypass for sections that were in and outside of the city. Well, since we just recently annexed the land on the other side of 71, now Interstate 71 runs through the city limits. So today, what you're seeing is the third of these agreements that basically say we authorize the Director of the Ohio Department of Transportation to move forward on repairs on Interstate 71, no cost to us. But we're authorizing them to do the work within our city limits. Now, you always see in all of these, there is the clause that if we were to make special requests or we wanted special work done, in addition to what they're planning to do, we would have to absorb the cost. But we're not going to have any work done on Interstate 71.
Appreciate that explanation. I was scratching my head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, it's the first time in Ashland history we would have
Right.
had one, because it's the first time 71 is now inside the corporation limits.
Makes sense.
Now it makes sense.
Yep. So with that, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve on the first
So
reading?
moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
I will again move to suspend the rules for three separate readings, three separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Ordinance 25-24.
Then we have an ordinance authorizing and directing the mayor, director of public service, to enter into a contract modification for the 2023 street resurfacing project in the city of Ashland, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full. Second.
Thank you.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Previously, we discussed that at the end of last construction season, we left the contract with Sarver Paving open because we wanted them to do additional repairs to Claremont Avenue. The original project was to resurface down to Smith Road, and as the project was going on, it became clear that there's still some additional pavement on Claremont Avenue that's in front of the O'Brien's Bar and Restaurant and down to the University intersection that also needs repaired. So Sarver agreed to do it at the same unit cost they were doing the rest of Claremont Avenue. Well, since that contract is open, we approached them about whether or not we could add some additional streets, 12 additional streets, in fact, around the city at the same rate. And they agreed that they would honor the same price they gave us in 2023 if we altered our original contract. So tonight, what I'm asking is that you will authorize a modification to the previous, or the existing contract of $2.6 million. That's what we entered into in 2023. If you would agree to an additional estimated amount of about 400,000. So in essence, this would cover this year's summer pavement program, and we would be getting the asphalt at the same unit cost we got it in 2023. So
How many streets did you say?
approximately 12. Yes, we always say approximately, and we always say proposed, because you never know if throughout the next several months, we'll get word that a utility or something needs repaired or altered. But hopefully about 12 streets. And I will tell you, we expect those streets to be in the Marlow, Buckeye area. In fact, in your ward, quite candidly. And the reason is, some of those streets are the worst, in the worst condition in the city. They got that way over time, of course, but more particularly, they became that way because over the last 2 to 3 years, we put off resurfacing those streets because we were applying for federal and state monies to do more than just street repairs in those neighborhoods, do also some of the underground utilities. We were unsuccessful at getting that grant, so now we have come to the conclusion we've got to move forward with the street repairs. And if we get the chance to apply for a grant for more work in the future, we will. But the homeowners and those people in the neighborhood don't deserve to have to deal with those horrible streets.
Some of them are pretty bad. over
They
there.
are, absolutely. And we know it, and we've known it. We've just been hoping that we would get those repaired in
Good.
with a different pot of money,
Great.
so.
All right. Any discussion, questions, concerns?
We've been aggressively repaving our streets for the last couple of years, and rightfully so. They needed it.
Absolutely.
Any idea on how much we've done in the last 2 to 3 years?
Well, if we were to travel downstairs into the parking lot, on my front seat, I have a note with all those numbers. All right? I believe that we've now done over half of our streets in the city, and I want to say that that's 234, but don't hold me to that. And I know the media is here, I can actually get that number, but I pulled it out before I came to the meeting and then left it on my car seat, so I apologize.
Good enough. Any further discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. Motion to approve the ordinance?
So move.
I'll second.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Ordinance 26-24.
And finally, we have an ordinance authorizing certain land belonging to the city of Ashland, Ohio, to be sold throughout the community, through the Community Improvement Corporation, and declaring an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full.
Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
As you know, we've been working very hard to make the renovation of our pump house a reality. And at the last several council meetings, we've discussed the project. In fact, the council took action on an incentive package for Moment Development to move forward with their renovation and turning it into a Hilton Home 2 Suites. Well, it is now time to move forward with the transfer of the property. And so tonight, what you have before you is a purchase agreement that authorizes the sale of the property to Moment Development for $1,000.
All right. And Terry put a copy of the agreement in front of everyone. Everybody received that? Okay.
Previously, we did discuss selling this to Moment Development, and now I can't think of what the actual name of the current LLC is, because they created one specifically for this project. Actually, hold on, I can pull that out here pretty quick. The Pump House Hospitality LLC is the new name. So Pump House Hospitality LLC is who we would be selling this to. And previously, we discussed selling the property to them for approximately $400,000. And as we've gone through this process, in order to make the math work for everyone, we have found that in addition to the incentive package, we needed to discount the price of the property so that they will move forward with their $21 million investment. Right now, the property is costing the city because we are responsible for maintaining it. And the truth is, we do not have a long line of developers lined up to acquire the pump house. And partially because of the enormous amount that it will cost to renovate it for a new purpose. So that is why we are offering it for this price.
We will gain much more than we'll give up here. My only question is, the retaining wall, will that be their responsibility or?
Chances are we will partner on that part of the project. You will see this also, this purchase agreement, like the original, also sets aside 30 parking spots for county business, for the Job and Family Services facility, so long as they are at that location. So we'll be sharing in some of those costs as time go on, but we don't have the final answer on that, a retaining wall. We know we have to repair it one way or the other.
Yeah.
So, because we don't want to compromise Church Street. But depending on what the future use of that section of the property is, there could be a partnership in funding that change.
With the county, I'm assuming.
No, actually with, what is the name? Pump House
Oh, okay,
Hospitality,
okay,
yes.
Good.
Moment
I
Development
do-
is the development group that is doing the project and that we've been working with, but a specific LLC was created for this particular project.
I recall you mentioning that was an issue with them as well, that retaining.
Oh,
wall.
absolutely,
Yeah,
yes.
so-
Whoever owns that property has to take care of that, but we have a special interest because we are afraid it's gonna compromise Church Street. So,
Very good. Any further discussion?
That easement and those parking spaces, is that in perpetuity, or is it just so long as the Job and Family Services?
so long as Job and Family Services was at that location. Yes. And the truth is, the reason why that was put in there is because when Vision Development moves forward with their project across the street where the current parking lot is for Job and Family Service, that parking lot will go away. So even though there's parking along 4th Street, it seemed fitting to set aside spots in this parking lot for employees and customers of Job and Family Services. And part of the reason the hotel folks are willing to do that is because, let's face it, during the hours Job and Family Services are open, probably, I'm guessing 8 to 4, most people are not at their hotel room. So their parking lot is unlikely to be full during those business hours.
Good point.
I just think, I was gonna ask a question,
Yes.
but then I found the answer myself, and that is the repurchase agreement.
Absolutely. We always
So
put
we
that
are
in there.
protected, so if they decide not to build,
Absolutely.
we get it back at the same price.
But let me tell you, if you should go along with this, they expect the renovation to begin in June.
Great?
So,
All right. If there's no further discussion, I'll ask for a motion to approve on the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second?
Thank you.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved?
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Ordinance 27-24.
I'm gonna say it because I do think it's important, and it's certainly a poster child for this type of project. Over the course of the last several years, we've often talked about public-private partnerships, how we're able to make all these things happen through public-private partnerships. I want you to think about how this particular project puts a big explanation point on that concept. We negotiated, or I don't know that we negotiated, we requested, or maybe I better speak for myself, but we asked the county to get involved and acquire the property in the very beginning. The reason we did that is because we wanted someone to hold it who had funds to keep it from deteriorating further. They did put some dollars into it during their ownership of that property. When it became clear that the idea of it not becoming a county office building was going to happen, that wasn't going to be seen through, then we offered to take ownership because we are the ones that probably work most closely with the various developers who might want to repurpose that building. We're very fortunate that we found Moment Development out of Columbus to invest in the property, And as they've worked hard to put together the financing, because remember, they never intended to renovate an old building for their hotel. They intended to build a new one out by Interstate 71. And that day may very well come after this project is complete, but for now, this was never their intention. And as you imagine, the price of renovating this building and adding on to it is far more than if they were building a brand-new hotel to spec out on Interstate 71. So in order to make the numbers work, that's why we had to go to work with the school board and put together an incentive package. And we also reached out to some of our local investors, people that live here in our community, to talk with them about maybe picking up a share of the hotel costs as an investor in the project. We also, of course, referred them to a variety of different banks, and all of those pieces and parts are what's ultimately looks like going to make this happen. So if there was ever a public-private partnership, the schools, the county, the city, private citizens, and lending institutions all came together for this project. Maybe I should have saved that speech for the ribbon cutting. That's right.
All right. Moving on to item H, we have an ordinance authorizing the Director of Finance to transfer funds from one fund to another within the annual appropriations and declare an emergency.
Move for non-reading in full.
Second.
Thank you.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
This is really a continuation of the previous ordinances we talked about as we look down the road towards the end of the year, trying to make some adjustments to the appropriations in an effort to fund those departments, operating departments, through the end of the year.
All right. Any concerns, discussion? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve on the first reading?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Oh, go ahead, Dan.
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
I'll move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Motion to approve the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller,
Aye.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Ordinance 28-24.
All right, moving to resolutions, we have a resolution declaring council's intention to vacate a certain alley located in the city of Ashland, Ohio.
Move for non-reading in full.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward,
Aye.
Lawson,
Aye.
Workman,
Aye.
Kyle,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
We're going to put this map up on the screen so folks can see it in the audience, right? I think so. Okay, there it is. Council members, of course, you've got it in your packet. I'll move over here to the screen. This is actually related to the Pump House District development as well. We just discussed the hotel renovation, which is an exciting project, but the next phase is the development of housing all along that corridor. This is what we've talked about with Vision Development, and they are planning to construct approximately 225 market rate apartments in this area, with a variety of other amenities, clubhouse and otherwise. So in preparation for that development, we now need to clean up some of the alleys that exist in that area. So for those of you who might be in the audience or watching from home, right here would be the intersection of 4th Street and Orange Street. So Job and Family Services sits right here, and here is Job and Family Services parking lot. Right here would be the old pump house thrift shop that's still standing, but will ultimately come down. We will preserve some of the critical elements of that, like the cornerstone and so on. Folks want to preserve those, and we'll make sure that happens. But right here is an existing alley. You could say it's Center Street. Yes, it's Center Street. Is it Center Street? Yes, it is Center Street. We are proposing vacating this section all the way to the end of the pump house thrift store property is how most people would identify it. You'll still be able to access these other properties and businesses in here. I think one's a U-Haul dealership, and then there's parking for the Ashland Apartments across the street residents. They'll still be able to access it. The alley would still stay in public ownership and operation in that section. However, from there to 4th Street, it would be vacated. This particular alley, you may not even know that exists because it's all just paved as part as one, but there's an existing alley that cuts right through the parking lot that at one time was adjacent to Covert Court. Those were the two houses that we took down here several years ago. That alley is the second one on this particular resolution that we're asking to vacate. And as you can see, it really serves no public purpose. There's nothing alongside it. Then, if you will come down, let's go to this one. It's been a while ago, but probably 2 years ago or 3 years ago, we negotiated with the owners of Ashland Monument that if we would trade some property and we would assist them with a tax incentive and so on for their new construction of a new facility, they would agree to sell us this parking lot or trade us this parking lot and also to vacate the alleyway. So that's what's shown down here. Now, this map is not current because some of these structures have actually been removed and a new one has been built in their place, but that alley that travels behind Ashland Monument's facility would be vacated. And keep in mind, when that's done, half of it would go to the Ashland Monument folks, all right? And then this is very critical because if there's folks in the church, what is it, the Third Street Brethren Church, I believe? What is it? First Church of the Brethren on 3rd Street. They would definitely be concerned if they thought we were closing the alley behind their church because that's how their cars and trucks and vehicles exit their parking lot. We would only be vacating the alley up to their property. So it should not impact them at all. Keep in mind, we own this property. We own this property. I guess this is the one that we currently own here. So right here is the parking lot for the church, and all their traffic will be able to continue to pull out and exit out to Union Street. So I think those are all the sections. You can also see up here where the laundromat still exists. We would only be vacating up to the access point and property of the laundromat. So I know tonight's not the public hearing, but if you have any questions you want to ask, I can try to give you an explanation. But tonight what we're doing is asking you, notifying folks that we intend to vacate them, and then you would set the public hearing date.
And that's when we would get signatures from,
And here's the deal, you'll probably get very few because we own most all the properties.
right,
Yes.
yeah. Will you sign it, Mayor?
Yes, I probably will. So, any questions? And you have to keep in mind that ultimately, Vision is planning to develop, this building's gone. The city owns this as well, and we got rid of it, and we've cleaned it up. This whole land, all throughout there, will be the site of part of their project. So, pretty incredible. And keep in mind, at the time, at the original, a year ago, when we were discussing that project, I believe they were looking at about $45 million investment in that area.
So,
We talked about a walkway or an access to go through to Foundation Plaza. Can you point that out on this map?
Basically, what we would be doing is, it'll be somewhere in this vicinity. It's right alongside, it's part of actually the well, here, if you think of where this alley exits out behind Bauer Management and the Times Gazette, that's the area. That alley would continue right on through to Main Street Plaza. Or, I'm sorry, Foundation Plaza. Yes?
so our clerk is, unless there's further discussion. Okay, hearing none, our clerk has given me a date of May 21st for a hearing date, and we'll do that for both of those resolutions. But we need to approve the resolution. Is there any objection to a May 21st date? Okay, well, with that then, is there a motion to approve the resolution on the first reading?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Now move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Motion to approve the resolution.
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Resolution 3-24.
And next, we have a resolution declaring council's intention to vacate another certain alley in the city of Ashland, Ohio.
Move for non-reading in full.
Second.
Thank you.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
This one isn't as complicated. This is totally separate from the pump house project. This is over on 12th Street. And the request to vacate this alley comes to us from the property owner who lives right here. Basically, this alley serves as their driveway. This is part of their driveway to get back to their garage, and they are the only ones that currently use it. The neighbors actually have their own over here, their own garage and driveway. And so, meeting that standard that we often refer to, does it serve any public purpose? It really doesn't. It serves as a private driveway for this property owner, the property owner who's asking us to consider vacating it.
So he'd get the entire amount, or would it have to be split?
It would have to be split,
Okay.
which we would have to work through. We think we're gonna have to talk to them about that, because we have to make sure that they would still have.
Driveway.
Yes, and we
access.
explained that to the property owner, and she still wants us to go through with it.
Okay.
All right. If there's no further discussion, I'll ask for a motion to approve on the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
And I will again move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. Motion to approve the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Resolution 4-24.
And finally, we have a resolution authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts awarded in 2024.
Move for non-reading in full.
Second.
Thank you.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
On the warmest day of 2024, let's discuss the winter salt program. Basically, you've all seen this before. This is simply saying that we will participate in the ODOT salt purchase program. We do so because we get a more competitive rate when we're part of their bidding process and so on. The truth is, we probably don't need a lot of it, but nonetheless, we want to make sure we're included in case we do. So I noticed the other day driving past the county engineer's salt dome, it's almost full to the top, so.
With that, is there any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution on the first reading?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye. I will again move to suspend the rules for 3 separate readings, 3 separate days.
Second.
Thank you.
Miller.
Aye.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Woodward.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Workman.
Aye.
Kyle.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Resolution 5-24.
All right, we have no public hearing items this evening, no old business or new business unless council has something to bring forward. Hearing none, we'll move right to Finance Director's report.
The tax day comes and the tax day goes. At this point, well, I think that we had a fairly productive tax day. A lot of folks filtered through the tax department. There were no altercations or anything like that. They were very polite and professional to each other as we tried to work through them as best we could. We did finish right on time at 5 o'clock on April the 15th, which is a little unusual some days. But anyways, it was productive. I think it went well. We're able to help a lot of people get their returns in with the online filing and now payment feature. That has helped alleviate some of that backlog, if you will, because people are now starting to use the online service, which is encrypted. It's not, it goes from our website to our provider's website, and all of that information is encrypted and secured. But all in all, it was a pretty good day. We were able to help a lot of people and get a lot of people through in a short period of time. And by 5 o'clock, there was no line, which is fairly decent. It's not good when you have to shut the door behind people at quitting time, especially on April 15th. So we were able to get through all that, and that's a good thing. And we thank all those who did file their taxes on April the 15th. That's very important to the city, and we appreciate that.
I hadn't had the opportunity to tell Larry, though, I did get a request from some citizens that they would like to have food trailers out there in the parking lot next time, so that during lunch hour and dinner hour, while they're in line, they can grab something.
I could appreciate that, yes, absolutely. But,
Hot dog cart or
Was
something.
the lines that
we'll work
long?
on that.
There was always a line.
We'll still expect them to pay for their own food, though.
All right, we'll give free vouchers.
Larry, if you had to guess, and total guess, what percentage filed online? 5-10% of the total? If you, just a guess.
I
if you got
estimate
one.
that about 500 people went through the tax office at least on April the 15th.
But that wasn't your question.
No.
So
Do
that.
you, do you have any idea how
not-
many
That's
people?
about maybe 5-6% of the overall filers,
Okay,
yeah. Again.
but
a
they
lot of
could come
those
in all
people
month
were
long.
No,
They-
they were ongoing from
yeah.
7:30 right up through till 5 o'clock. Again, that online filing did help a lot. We get a lot of mail, which we have to filter through too, but, yeah, probably about 500 people that day. But, again, a lot of that was coming in previously through the postal service and the online services.
Thought you asked,
But do you know how many online? What percentage of the?
I do not have.
Yeah.
that number,
Okay. I
I'm
just
sorry.
didn't know if
Yeah.
you had a guess.
it would be interesting to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it this year
Exactly.
Thought I
That's
seen
right.
the
on
commercial.
Sunday
I-
night.
I'm sitting here thinking I was 501, Larry,
Yeah,
Right.
because I filed mine on tax day.
Yes, you were.
I filed mine Sunday night online, and I was like, well, at least it leaves me a window.
Well,
If
isn't-
if I can't get it done, I can show up that
It
way.
isn't that now this is a terrible thing for the mayor to say out loud at this meeting, especially in front of the finance director, but years ago, someone told me, you always want to hold on to your money as long as you can, right till the
money.
very last minute,
your money.
even if you can pay sooner. So that was my theory, but that is not the official city endorsement.
Cut his mic off.
Everybody wait till the last minute to pay your taxes.
That's right. Yes.
On tax day, you'll definitely need
With
a
food
food truck.
trucks.
Actually, it
Thanks
was,
to the
that
mayor.
was actually a comment made in regard to property tax, not income tax, but,
All right, with that then, we'll move right to council comments. Mr. Lawson?
Sure, this is week 3 of the spring cleanup, and our city workers are doing a great job with that. This week, it was in my neighborhood, and they actually picked up my neighborhood today. But I did notice, a lot of people are not necessarily reading the guidelines. If you have upholstered furniture that is fabric, or if you have mattresses or box springs, you must have them wrapped in plastic, or they will be left behind. And some of my neighbors had some great consternation when they discovered that their mattresses were left behind.
yes.
And I also did receive a lot of other comments too, being very upset, yeah, there's no food trucks. When the people who were sorting through, looking for the treasures, they had their stuff neatly stacked, and then these people came through and tore it all apart and scattered it all over the lawn and left it that way. And so I had a lot of people that were very upset about that, asking if we could perhaps even prohibit those people from coming and searching through their things because they left such a mess. And I don't know if it's possible for us to do that, but please, if you're so inclined as to sort through the things that are left on the curb, please do not leave it in a mess and tear things open to see what's inside.
Very good. Mrs. Woodward?
I had a few phone calls. Obviously, we have had a lot of rain, and with rain, it goes in your basement. But it is not okay to put a hose in your basement and funnel it into your neighbor's yard. So you can't do that. So you gotta figure out a different way. I've gotten a few complaints with their basements being flooded by their neighbor putting a hose. So just wanna. Just called sharing. I know. You know, you gotta figure out a different way to deal with your water, other than put it in your neighbor's yard. So,
Mr. Miller?
You might have noticed an increase in police patrols for speeding. Not only them, but the State Highway Patrol has been out on Claremont quite a bit and other streets. Now, they're not only looking for speeders, but they're, a reminder to everybody, there is a cell phone law, and it's a hefty one. If your first offense is a $150 fine plus 2 points on your license. So keep your cell phones when you're driving, keep them away from you, because you don't want to have that, and then your insurance rates go up, et cetera, et cetera. But kudos to the police and them for trying to keep the speeders down. So.
Mr. Kyle?
Dan took all mine.
Okay, well, good.
well, good.
It's probably best.
Probably best.
It's a rough.
Mayor, I'll turn it over to you.
The only thing I would add is, some folks have asked, why was the State Highway Patrol parked on Claremont Avenue and pulling people over? And that was what their mission was, people that were distracted by their cell phone. And I will tell you, I was amazed at how they can spot that so far away, because I pulled up alongside of the highway patrolmen and asked them how it was going and just exactly what they were doing, and that's how I found out. And as I sat there, they're telling me that one, they're on it. I'm thinking, I can't even see inside their windows. And that's what they were doing, though, is going after folks that were on their had their cell phone in their hand, driving up Claremont.
So do they take pictures, or how do they?
Oh, no, they would go pull them over.
But how do they? I'm just
Yeah, how do they
curious.
prove?
Yeah.
You know, that's a good question. I
I mean,
don't know.
because obviously they put it down before they came up to the window. So how do they?
Yes, that's a good
I was
question.
just curious.
Maybe it's the honor system.
Maybe.
Trust them. Yes,
Yes,
that's
I
a
was
tough
on it.
one.
They're gonna write that ticket. If you wanna go to court and fight it, you
Oh,
can.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
No,
I'm
that's
sure.
true.
Just-
That's true.
Yeah, that's it.
Anything else?
No, the only thing I would add, though, right now is I would like to request the council to go into executive session to discuss the possible sale of city property. And, you know, while we never can share the details, I will tell you, this just is more exciting things going on in the city of Ashland. This discussion will involve land in the industrial park and other city-owned land here in the city.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor. This time, we'll take comments and questions from our audience. If anyone has anything they would like to share with council, you're more than welcome to step up to the podium and give your name and ward and address council. Seeing,
Uh-oh.
Almost, Steve.
Good evening.
good evening, John.
I want to second the motion on the food trucks for tax day. But on your council table, you have a brochure for the annual prayer breakfast,
We do.
which is not too many weeks away, May 2nd, and I'm sure none of you are busy at 6:30 a.m. I know there'll be no council meetings, but we would like to invite you, and Pastor McLean is just as much a part of the Ashland County Ministerial Association. So this is the 30th year that we have led this event through the current administration, and started in 1981 under Newt Larson. So you have to have a little season in Ashland to know where that thing started. But this year we have a Canadian who is speaking to us, who was a pastor who was put in prison for keeping his church open during the COVID season in Canada. So he has quite the testimony, and the mayor will agree here that Melanie Miller and myself were able to secure this good man. He's a wonderful man of God, and he's going to come and share his story, and
Excellent.
it's going to be good for Ashland. And then we're going to invite everybody to join us for the last 30 minutes, and it's genuinely a prayer breakfast, as you know. Most of you have been there. I'd like to invite the community as well. On the brochure, it tells you the time and the place is at the Convocation Center, but in the far bottom left corner is the locations where you can get tickets. in a physical sense. And then also you can get things online. So if you have any questions, there'll be some pastors reaching out. Your spouses are invited. And the good news for you is it doesn't cost you anything. So we have right now about 65 sponsors, including churches and businesses. And the money they give us is why we buy your ticket, so we can bless you and encourage your spouse to come with you and enjoy the morning and then go out into our community. It's one of the best spiritual inoculations for a good thing in our community. And Ashland is known for this breakfast all over the state and some parts of the nation. It's one of the largest prayer breakfasts in our part of the country. So I'm very honored to be a part of this community. And the pastors, we're excited. We are almost have 40 pastors participating in things this year. So are there any questions? The good news, and this will make some of those separation of church and state folks at least have something to think about for the evening. But many years ago, it was the mayor's office that inaugurated this event. And we've picked it up so that the mayor doesn't have to go to jail for us by promoting a religious event. But mayor always gives a tremendous proclamation, and we appreciate that. So to our audience and to those that are online, you're welcome to participate as well. We have about 700 people that will be there, and we're looking forward to this year to be a great event. Any questions?
And I'm reading the time right from the brochure. It says 6:30 to 7:59.
Yes, sir, because you have to get to work. Most of these people have to be at work by 8 o'clock, and they cannot blame us.
That's
They were let out on
1
time.
minute. 1 minute.
It's a part of life.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of speeding that morning.
Well, if the State Patrol sits on Claremont, they'll have a good morning.
Thank you, Pastor Bouquet.
Yes, thank you.
And for those of you who don't know, Pastor Bouquet, I won't say you head it up, but you are a member of the Ashland Ministerial Association. You're not president currently? I am not. Correct, okay. But I know you and your team do a great job in putting together this prayer breakfast that's so well attended. And it's a great occasion. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
And
We have a great team.
yeah,
A great team of churches in this community that really make Ashland someplace special.
sure. We have Kevin McLean here from Trinity Lutheran. It's our church community that is the foundation of our city. And I have no problem with the separation of church and state from this podium, but I will say that you are in large part what makes this community so very special. So thank you for all you do,
Amen.
truly. Yeah.
We're glad to support you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We appreciate that. And with that, if there's no other comments, we'll move to adjourn to executive session for the possible sale of real property. And is there such a motion?
Second.
Thank you.
Aye.
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 And no action will be taken. We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.